Welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is March 8th, and that means day 67 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we're going to show you how we printed out the Wonkey Chest of Drawers, so stick around. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 67 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a facts section down at the bottom that'll give you all the details. And don't forget to check out that MatterHackers affiliate link. If you're in the market for a new printer, you need some printer parts, or you just need some filament, use that MatterHackers affiliate link down in the description. It'll kick a little bit back to the channel. It won't cost you a penny, and we really appreciate it. But on today's episode, we printed out the Wonkey Chest of Drawers. And for this print, we used MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of light blue and purple on the all-new gMax 1.5 XT+. I was looking for something very cool to print up on Thingiverse, and I remembered this Wonkey Chest of Drawers. And this is a bit of a challenging print because the drawers have to be printed somewhat in air. There is a model that is supplied with a little bit of support material, but I still had some doubts of whether or not this was something I wanted to attempt to print. But with the new gMax 1.5 XT Plus with BLTouch and E3D Hotend, I was very confident that this could be an easy print. And our print turned out pretty fantastic, and I'm anxious to show you the results. So let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download the model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the prints. Then we'll fire up some of that time-lapse footage and I'll meet you guys back here at the workbench. Alright, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is the Wonkey Chest of Drawers by francfalco. And I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this yourself. This is a very, very cool model, and it's a very cool design. And as you can see, it's been collected quite a lot, and there are some makes on it. And there are two different versions of the drawers, and you can't tell from these images. But one set of drawers has a built-in piece of support where the opening is, and the other drawers are opened up so you can add your own support. And we downloaded and printed the one with the built-in support. And there are some instructions here about how small you can shrink this down. And he did say that the clearances of the drawers should be fine for scaling down to 50%. So we scaled ours down to 75%, and that's the size we printed ours. So let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this print. Okay, so here we are in Simplify 3D, and I've dropped the model down on the print bed, and we are going to print ours at 75% of size, because according to the directions in the Thingiverse post, you can go down as low as 50%. So we're doing ours at 75. So here is the chest part of the chest of drawers. So let me show you my process settings. Under layer height, we did a 0.2 millimeter layer height with 3 top and 3 bottom solid layers and 3 perimeters. We also ran a skirt at 8 millimeters from the object at 4 outlines. For infill, I only used 10%, and I did not generate any support material. For temperature, this is MatterHackers PRO PLA, so my two temperatures are 204 and 206. And we have our 3-stage cooling system set up. And under speed, we ran this out at 55 millimeters per second. So let's hit OK. And let's hit Prepare to Print, and I'll show you how it's sliced. Alright, there is a real-time slice of the chest part of the Wonkey Chest of Drawers, and let me play this through so you can see how it prints. And it's a pretty basic print. It's just printing out these little openings for the drawers, so this shouldn't be too difficult. There are some overhangs here, but we turned this towards the fan outlet, so that should help in the cooling. Okay, so there is the chest part of the chest of drawers, so let's check out the drawer settings. And here is the drawer setting. Here is the drawer model, excuse me. And of course, 75% for scale. And we ran the exact same settings here. Except for I added 4 top layers for this one because I wanted to make sure those surfaces of the drawers were perfectly smooth. And I think under speed we ran this out at 50 millimeters per second. So let's hit OK. And let's hit Prepare to Print. And I'll show you something unique about these models. Now there are 2 different versions, as I said when we were on the Thingiverse page, that you could download. There's some that have the opening and some that have a little piece of support material already built in that you can cut away. And that's the ones we printed. We printed the ones with the little cutaway pieces. And I'll show you how this prints. And And I'll slow it down a little bit so you can see that when we get to the tops of the drawers, the ridging that will happen, more like a bottom layer or a top layer, will just cover that gap right up. And ours turned out pretty awesome, and I'm anxious to show you the results. So let's fire up some of that time-lapse footage, and I'll meet you guys back over at the workbench and we'll talk about the print. Alright, so that was a cool little bit of time-lapse footage, and here is the Wonkey Chest of Drawers, and I'll put some close-ups in at the end like I always do. But this turned out amazing. I am so happy with the print results. The little drawers fit in perfectly. I mean, the tolerances are awesome on this model. Even though we shrank this down to 75%, everything fits perfectly. That's awesome. The little support material that was built in, I had a little difficulty taking that out, but I'll hit it with my rotary tool and I'll fix all that, and then they'll be perfect. And on the very first drawer, it got a little bit rough. I think that angle's a little wonky, and it made it a little bit difficult to print that part, but the rest of the layers, they fixed it, and everything turned out perfect for that. This MatterHackers PRO PLA is such great filament and did such a good job on this print, and my gMax did an amazing job handling all this detail. Well, that about wraps it up for day 67 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you found this episode interesting and informative. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and join me again tomorrow on the very next episode of the 3DP 365 project. This turned out really, really awesome. I am really impressed with my gMax print quality, and this model is really fun to print too.